It means everything. We were voted 6th, 7th in the conference. We just came out on top, even as a second seed away. Like, it couldn't get better than this. It really couldn't.
I knew these girls deserved a championship. I deserve a championship, and so do the coaches. So I did everything in my power to bring it to them.
Time that we put in off the court to become a better team is really what got us here today.
We won it. We won this. So I got nothing really else to say about it.
So proud of them. I wanted this for them so badly. They deserved it. They earned it.
And as you just saw, the Montclair State women's basketball team won the NJAC final, and now you come back the new year, the Red Hawk Sports Network's first multicam of the year, and you got Montclair State women's basketball versus the TCNJ Lions in a rematch of last year's NJAC final. My name's Thomas Gaffney Jr. alongside CJ Staniak. And CJ, we got a huge game coming up here at Panzer Athletic Center.
You're absolutely right, Thomas. And last season, these were undeniably the two best teams in the entire conference. Felt as though they were on a collision course all year long. And we had a terrific NJAC championship, a little bit different trajectories this season. TCNJ still trying to find some of their footing, and Montclair State having success, but looking to become one of those best teams in the conference once again.
Yeah, this is the first time the TCNJ Lions will play the Montclair State Redhawks since that NJAC final. And it is kind of different seasons, as you said, CJ. Very different seasons. Montclair State comes in at 6-1 in the conference, 10-4. Or TCNJ 6-8 altogether, but 5-2 in the conference. They sit second and third. Obviously, William Patterson having an amazing season, sitting at first place, but they look to go and try to come back to that NJAC final and try to get back to where they were.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Once again, and TCNJ having their fair share of success in conference play. It's a little bit of a top-heavy year for the NJAC, and TCNJ, though, a rough out-of-conference start to the season, has pulled it together as of late. Montclair State, on the other hand, also over the winter break, suffered the majority of their losses that they've seen so far this year. So really interested to see, once we get back on campus here for the spring semester, it's a sprint to the finish in the regular season. We got a month or so to go until NJAC tournament time, and for both of these teams, they'd love to get a win today and add on to help themselves out in the standings.
Yeah, we're going to look at Montclair State's schedule going on, and here it is. You have the schedule they played prior. You had Rowan, William Patterson, Rutgers, Newark. Those games are all in the past. Now you look to the future. That TCNJ game here tonight. Then they go away to Kane and then have to travel all the way down to Glassboro for the Rowan game. And then they go Rutgers, Newark at home, and then travel to William Patterson, and then Rutgers, Camden. Another game where they play at home. And then you go in the second half of the season, and you go to Ramapo, Stockton, NJCU, TCNJ again, and you kind of just see these kind of the same repeat teams. You got to try to fix things that you did. William Patterson, that's the one I'm circling to look on, because guess what? That first game of the season, William Patterson got Montclair State's number, and they're 7-0 in the conference, and that's the team to beat. But looking at the schedule, it's going to be a very repeat schedule, heavy schedule, and they have to go and try to prove their worth going into this NJAC tournament if they try to get the good seedings.
Yeah, this is one of two remaining first-time games against teams. After this, it's going to be all about the different adjustments that teams make, but for today, both of these teams still feeling each other out in the year of 2026. Once again, like I said, the schedule is compact to the end of the season. They'll see each other in less than a month.
And now we're going to throw it over to Vincent Piccone. He has a little bit of a beat here on Alexis Strollo, who's been having an amazing season this year. Throw it over to Vincent.
Well, folks, if you're looking at any player on the court today, it's the NJAC player of the week, the star of the team the last week. It's been Alexis Strollo, scoring 17 points in each of their last two contests. Stockton and NJCU now ranks second in NJAC assist per game and free throw percentage. Over 9.7%. She has been incredible, ranking now 6th in conference play in scoring. Now, if you look back against this team, last NJAC final, she only scored 5 points, 1 for 6 from beyond the arc. But 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, which might pay dividends. In this game, in a different atmosphere, in a regular season game, maybe things are different. We'll talk to Coach Zach at halftime to see if things are going differently or how the offense is running. Now back to the guys in the booth.
Thank you so much, Vincent. And Alexis Strollo, again, NJAC Player of the Week. She's been absolutely amazing this season, starting off as the Montclair State's point guard. And now kind of to change the sides here, TCNJ, they come in, they lose an amazing player, an NJAC Player of the Year, Nina Branchicio, last year. And now they come in and try to find a new identity. And again, they're falling a little bit short. They're not that one seed, but they're still a great team. And looking at this one player in specific, Amanda Baylock, the sophomore, she has been lighting it up, 15.6 points per game. She leads the NJAC in threes. So you got to watch out. If she's out there at that three-point arc, she's going to let the ball fly. And if she gets hot, she's going to make the Redhawks pay.
Yeah, year to year. Does it sound familiar? Branchicio leads the NJAC in three-pointers, shatters the three-point standings last year, and then this year Baylock doing a terrific job as well. One thing to note from Amanda Baylock, held 2 of 18 from the field, her lowest scoring figure of the season on Saturday against Rutgers Newark. Only had 5 points in that one, so today going to need to bounce back. Obviously, Montclair State takes a lot of pride in their defense, and once again, they're going to have to do a good job of locking down on her because she will be looking for a better return.
Yeah, Montclair State, or TCNJ, second in 3 points percentage, 31% on the season. They lead the NJAC in threes, 131 made so far this season. Do you know who's second, CJ? It is NJCU with 77. That is they shoot the ball, and when they do shoot the ball, and if they shoot it well, they are going to make teams pay. And that's exactly what Montclair State has to go into this game, try to guard that three and shut them down.
100%, and we know where their identity has lied the last couple of years, and obviously made it easy last year with Branchicio, who broke the program record for three-pointers made. So a truly terrific player. It's been hard to fill her shoes, but I do want to make a point, Thomas, in that last year in the NJAC final, Branchicio, a rough game, and that was the chance that we saw to see who stepped up for TCNJ, and somebody like Grace Kowalski, who's had a little bit of a down year this year, but had 15 points in that NJAC championship game now in her junior year. Again, success against these Montclair State Redhawks. Maybe they game plan around her. She is in the starting lineup today.
Yeah, they game planned around Branchicio in that NJAC final, and it came out on top. They did. Held her to only 3 points. She didn't even make a three, and guess what? She leads the NJAC in threes last year, and she was the NJAC Player of the Year, and that's what happened. You shut them down, and guess who won the NJAC? That's Montclair State. Going on the other side, though, you also have another player who's been stepping up, Samantha Phillips. She started the last 7 of the 8 games, and she had 22 points against Newman, and she's been lights out. She's been making her way onto the starting lineup, and she's been absolutely lights out in that starting lineup.
It is very, very difficult at this level and at this stage to find a knockdown shooter like Samantha Phillips, shooting 42% from 3 this season. And as you mentioned, been in the starting lineup as of late. Not only is she doing it on the offensive side, had that 22-point game back on December 30th against Newman, a breakout performance for her, but it's been the defensive side as well. 11 steals over the last 3 games for Samantha Phillip. They trust her as a rebounder underneath, and even though she is not the biggest frame on the floor, she certainly knows how to use her body and get in advantageous positions to make a play. Seems like she's always in the right place at the right time.
And I kind of think this game is going to be a lot maybe inside the paint, because Brooke McFadden, if you go back to her last game, I want to bring this up. The game against Rutgers Newark, they won 82-62, a 20-point victory. Brooke McFadden, 11 points, 20 rebounds. That made her, and she
12 of them offensive.
12 offensive, NJAC Defensive Player of the Week. And guess what? Montclair State does not really have a big paint presence. The reason why they lose against William Patterson is because the paint presence is not there, and if they want to bring it and they want to bring that paint presence for TCNJ and they want to try to get the score, attack the basket, I think that's what you have to do if you're TCNJ.
Absolutely. And another thing in that William Patterson game, the only conference game that Montclair State has lost to this point, Alyssa Craigwell fouled out of that game, was in foul trouble the entire time, only played 20 minutes. They're going to need her to stay in these games, and she's done a much better job. Has not fouled out since that point. Only twice since that point has she had even 4 fouls. So doing a much better job keeping her foul count low, keeping her in the game. And when you're the number 2 scorer in the NJAC, you want to be on the floor for as many possessions as possible.
Yeah, and both these teams, talking about scoring, and TCNJ second in scoring coming into this season, or into this game, 67.6 points per game. And then you also have Montclair State just right below them in third with 66.8 points per game. And I think this is a head-to-head matchup where you're looking at it. I think they're both great teams on paper. TCNJ starting to pick up their pace. Both teams have had hard schedules, especially on the break. You had Montclair State go to Puerto Rico and play 2 games. They played against Redlands and Susquehanna, and they lost both of them. But then you also have TCNJ, who played 3 ranked teams this season. They played number 11 Trinity, they played number 20 Christopher Newport, and they also played number 4 just recently at Smith University. And those teams, they lost all of them, but guess what? That's what builds character. That you go out there, you play those ranked teams, you learn what those good teams do, and then you have to use them against these teams, especially in the NJAC when you do play them.
Oh yeah, and in the modern day of NPI, where a computer decides your spot in the NCAA tournament, I give them a ton of credit for sharpening iron and going up against these top teams. They knew that this year would be an adjustment, new scorers having to take over, and yet they still load their schedule up. It gives them the best possible competition so that they are ready down the stretch at the end of the season. I am truly a believer that those things help. Like I said, with the modern day of NPI, not everybody is scheduling these tough teams in and out, and a lot of times you're just looking to get another win in that win column. TCNJ battle tested to this point, and I think at the end of the season we'll see if that ended up being an advantage for them.
And the starting lineups are out for Montclair State and TCNJ. Montclair State going out with Alyssa Craigwell, Alexis Strollo, Bella Bruce, Samantha Phillip, and Shannon Hughes. It's been the same since that game against New Paltz, where Katie Dichter did go in and start her first collegiate game of her career as a freshman. But now the lineup stays the same after the last 4. And then for the TCNJ Lions, you have Amanda Baylock, Katie Frichter, Brooke McFadden, Grace Kowalski, and then Maya Horrigan-Houghton. And that is the lineups for tonight as they are set and trying to get ready for the tip-off. And CJ, we're going to have a big game here. I think this is a very close game, especially on paper.
Very, very excited for this. Coming off the break, it's good to be back in the building in the first place. Montclair State, TCNJ, this is the matchup on paper we've been looking for all season.
The NJAC rematch is set, and that is the jump ball. Alyssa Craigwell will get it. Montclair State starts with it. Already swinging around, lots of movement inside the paint. Spin move, puts it up, and that's how you get the first bucket, and that's how you start this game hot.
Alyssa Craigwell wasting no time, and you're going to see that man-to-man look from the College of New Jersey. When she gets in motion, it is hard to stop her, and that spin move that we've seen so many times to finish it off.
Already the full court press being played by this Montclair State team. They're going to get out of it. Kowalski now. Baylock looked, pump fake, driving in, trying to drive baseline. That's going to be a kick ball by Craigwell. Going to stay in possession of the TCNJ Lions.
Montclair State early on, as you see the finish from Alyssa Craigwell, and the goal is to get it to her out on the perimeter. We know her dominance inside, but she has added a jump shot to her game. It makes her so tough to guard at all 3 levels.
Kowalski skins it over to the right wing, puts it up, no good. That shot's going to be from number 3, Katie Frichter. Montclair State now with the rebound. Strollo directing traffic, gets it over to Bruce. Here's Phillip, the hot hand, over to Strollo again. NJAC Player of the Week. Shot clock rolling down. Bruce lets it fly off the backboard. Gonna get a rebound there by Frichter.
A lot of action off the ball, but an open look not presenting itself there for Montclair State. They have to settle for a long contested shot.
Good defense by TCNJ. Now trying to go on the other end. That one off the backboard as well. Alexis Strollo now bringing it up, guarded by Kowalski. Good defense by both teams so far to start off this game. That's a long 3 by Phillip. No good. Rebounded again by TCNJ. Kowalski now going fast, finding and cutting number 11, Amanda Baylock, and there's the first points for TCNJ. It's 2-2, all tied up.
Good to see her get on the board. We had the number 2 scorer in Craigwell for Montclair State in the NJAC. We have the number 2 scorer in the NJAC in Baylock for TCNJ.
Bruce puts it up off the backboard and in. That's a tough bucket there by Bruce.
Good control with the body as she went into some traffic underneath. We've seen her at times turn the ball over on plays like that, instead absorbing the contact and able to fall away, free up herself from the defenders, and make what was a pretty easy shot because of the way that she contorted her body.
That ball deflected by Strollo, goes out of bounds. The full court press still being played by this Montclair State team, as we see the women's team play it and you see the men's team play it a lot as well. Finding a cutting Kowalski, puts it up. That one's no good. Great defense there by Craigwell to contest that shot.
There's a good give and go, even better defense.
Low scoring in this game so far. It's only 4-2. 2.5 minutes played. Good screen by Bruce. Goes up is Alyssa Craigwell, and there's the end one. That's how you want to start this game. Craigwell starting hot, driving to the basket.
And once again, it's through contact. They bring her up to the top. They screen her and free her up near the perimeter. And at that point, Craigwell has a choice. She can either take that three-pointer, which we've seen her do more and more, like I've said, instead with her space, deciding to be momentous, get downhill, get right to the basket. It's hard to get in front of her without committing a foul when she's on her way to the rack.
Free throw goes up. That one's good. A three-point play by Alyssa Craigwell. Up to 5 points in this game. TCNJ breaks the press, trying to find an open player. Fricker going in, kicks it back out to number 22, Irons. She off the mark. Almost rebounded by Fricker. They're going to get it, though. Shot clock reset to 20 seconds. Step back three, pulls it up off the back iron, rebounded by Bruce.
I like the look off the dribble, but low percentage. All things considered, we know that the Lions love to shoot from beyond. You hear live by the three, die by the three all the time. And so far, that's what they've been doing.
Shot clock winding down. Strollo pump fakes in the corner, driving in left side, puts it up. Is Samantha Phillips off the front iron. Rebounded again by Strollo. No one was there. Blocked by Aarons. Trying to go fast. Montclair State has it back. And that's a foul, an offensive foul on Alexis Strollo. And going down is Izzy Augustine. And now TCNJ wins that one back.
How about the freshman Augustine putting her body on the line underneath? You see Aarons loses it from behind. Strollo able to take it and get moving downhill. Not too many defenders left. I thought that whistle came late, and it would be a defensive foul in that case. Officials make the right call.
Press staying strong, they break it. Bernhardt trying to go fast, no one was there. There's the three from Fricker, and that.
Thomas, but I'm trying to go fast and break that press. It feels like early they've gotten some really good looks off of it. Instead, they slow it down.
Baylock drives the rim, rolls off, rebounded by Montclair State. Montclair State leads by 2. It's 7-5. Just over 5 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Craigwell is going to take it, let it fly. No good. She had a lot of space. TCNJ trying to get out of it, and they do. Good job by Baylock, pushing the pace. Baylock guarded by Hughes. Now Bernhardt driving in right side, kicks it back out. That one's Aarons for three, no good. Rebounded there by Bruce.
Redhawks collapsing on everything inside right now, and for a team that doesn't have a ton of size, expect them to do that nearly every game, depending on the matchup, but it is freeing up those outside looks. Bernhardt does a good job to open up something outside, not there.
Both teams combined starting 1 for 9 from the three-point arc. That one's a mid-range jumper. Very smooth by Craigwell. Up to 7 points now in this game.
And I'll just say this, once she starts knocking down shots off the dribble like that regularly, it adds yet another element.
Baylock driving in, kicks it back out. This one for Fricker for 3. No good, off the back iron. There's a little bit of a collision there by Phillip and Aarons, and Montclair State's going to keep that one.
Redhawks going to have a tall task today on the glass and with their rebounding. We talked about it a little bit in the pregame with Brooke McFadden, but someone to also consider, Riley Aarons, the Kane transfer, who's only made her season debut late December, has played her last 4 games for TCNJ, and that's it. But averaging 10 boards and overall just doing a really nice job using her size. Phillip does a good job there on the closeout and to get to that before the foul.
That one's going to be a foul on Kowalski. A lot of substitutions for TCNJ to start this game.
You say that right.
They come in bunches of 3. That one came on the 3. They just brought one more on.
And they don't use a ton of their bench. Only run 9 or 10 deep most games, and a trusted few off the bench to contribute for them.
That one in and out by Strollo, and they're going to get Sullivan on the foul. That's just an unlucky bounce by Alexis Strollo there.
Still think Montclair State executing the way they want to and getting to their spots. As you see Madison Marcotte come in.
The press is being played. That one's going to be deflected away, and Montclair State's going to take that one just off of an unfortunate mistake by number 5, Cassidy Brown.
So there's unforced errors like that. That's why you run the press.
That one for 3 is Orlando, no good. Rebounded again by TCNJ. Kowalski on this ball, guarded by Marcotte. Trying to drive in left side, kicks it back out. That one to Brown. Driving in, finds a cutting player. That's just great defense by Orlando with the rejection. And again, great defense on the other side by Maddie Bernhardt. Just a defensive, I think, masterclass by both teams so far.
Both teams doing a great job, and it's been on the interior, on the outside, getting steals. We saw the block on the last play as McFadden came cutting in. Had a lot of open space, but there was not a lot of open space underneath the basket.
10 seconds left in the shot clock. That one's blocked again. Another block. I think that was by number 23, Bernhardt. Now Kowalski trying to go fast and puts it up. That one's good, and that's what we see Kowalski do all last year, and then this year she missed last game, and now she comes back all fresh, and that's exactly what she did.
That's what they're hoping to see. Freshman year was an exact honorable mention. Last year's second team. This year, the expectations very high.
Kowalski on the other end. From offense to defense, that's a long ball, puts it up. And wow, that's like a quarterback pass out there. It looks like the football field, and that's just a great finish by Bernhardt.
Ryan's doing a great job at running the floor whenever they do generate long rebounds or steals.
TCNJ turns this game around, and they do it again. There's McFadden. One-on-one with Hughes, and Hughes gets the block. And the defensive, I think the defense in the paint has been stellar so far by both teams. This game's locked up 9-9.
Yeah, active hands everywhere on the interior, on the outside. I thought Hughes got a little bit flat-footed here, but able to recover and so lanky that she's able to make that play from behind. A solid block for her to cap off a nice little run of defensive plays for either team.
Under 2 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Baylock directing traffic. Finds it inside. The Horrigan Hooten puts it up, and there's Hughes once again with another rejection. That's back-to-back rejections by her.
She's doing a really good job the last few games. I've been intrigued to see how she does underneath the basket. You know, one of the tallest players on Montclair State's roster a couple of games ago took no threes and had a really successful performance, had 7 boards in that game to go along with 8 points. Love to see her make her impact felt underneath.
Kowalski lets it fly with expiring shot. Orlando's going to get that one. Montclair State now pushing the pace. There's Craigwell looking to do it herself. No good. Rebounded there by number 11, Baylock. Gets it over to Fricker. Fricker makes the step, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by McFadden. She puts it up, and there's an and one. And there's the offensive rebounds we talked about pregame. 12 of them in her last game. And there it is again, and she gets the and one. That's just a great play there by McFadden.
And finally getting to where she wants to be, McFadden, the sophomore out of Woodstown High School. We know she shoots the ball well. We also know she has some size, and that time, getting the rebound, putting it right back up. That's what you're taught to do. She draws the foul in the process.
And gets the third point there. Now TCNJ lead 12-9. Just a little bit over a minute left to play in this first quarter. Bruce has it, trying to direct the screen. Gets it by Orlando, gets around, driving baseline, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by McFadden. Kowalski now kicking it out. Baylock, pump fake, drives it in, puts up the floater, and that one is just so nice and puts the TCNJ Lions up by 5.
You have to respect the jump shot so much that plays like that, a pump fake will most likely get a sell out of the defender. It catches Sullivan in the air, and she does the rest.
Craigwell trying to find a cutting Orlando, just knocked away there by Fricker. And this TCNJ defense coming up strong.
And we're going on something like 4 minutes now with Montclair State without a point, and 1 for their last 10 now from the field. Even the passes aren't getting through.
Yeah, TCNJ on a 12-2 run in the last 7 minutes. Strollo driving inside, kicks it back out. Sullivan lets it fly. No good. Rebounded there by McFadden. Shot clock unplugged. 13 seconds left in this first quarter. Kowalski directing traffic, guarded by Melina Sullivan. 3 seconds left. Trying to find an open shot. Gets it over. Hooten takes the 3, and that one's no good. And that is how that first quarter is going to end. TCNJ ends on a 12-2 run, and they're up by 5, leading 14-9. TCNJ has just absolutely exploded in that second half of that first quarter, and they've taken over defensively and on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they finished on a 9-0 run to jump out in front, and TCNJ was the team where it felt like in the beginning of the game just could not get open looks or get baskets, settling for a lot of jump shots on the outside. But they were able to impose their will, and it started on the defensive end. We always talk about defense to offense, and they did just that, working in transition, finding the looks they wanted, and then obviously comes down to some execution as well. You see Baylock knocking down shots early on, and nobody really starting off too cold. It's a good sign to see if you're them. Montclair State going to have to come out and try to break these defensive efforts, Tom. If you ask me, I think there's a lot going on toward the baseline and a lot of motion toward the baseline. We saw Bruce and Strollo on their last couple of possessions there in that first quarter take the screen and work toward the baseline. Now, it can open up for you, and Strollo was able to get through and kick out on a 3. But on the Bruce play, it just kind of limits her and corners her. She can't see over any of the defenders because they're all collapsing on her down underneath the backboard. She's in limited space. You get claustrophobic. You make mistakes that way. She started to panic, had to just put up a tough shot because she simply didn't have another option. So I think for Montclair State, find yourself in the open floor. Craigwell was getting the ball with a lot of space to work with early on in the game and finding her looks that way. I'd like to see the Redhawks get back to that.
And if you're driving the paint, there has to be somebody coming out on the outside of that three-point line. I know you're not shooting the ball very well from that three-point line. You're 0 for 7. But TCNJ isn't either. They're 1 for 8, combined 1 for 15. But again, if you're driving the paint and you're getting collapsed on, there has to be an open player somewhere on that outside. Try to find them and try to get an open 3. McFadden, step back, puts it up, and that one is good. And McFadden continues to stay hot.
That's going to be a problem that Montclair State's going to have to deal with throughout the day, because I don't know if they have anybody who can effectively close out on her when she's shooting off the dribble like that. And that obviously goes hand in hand with the work that she does on the offensive glass as well. Very well-rounded player.
Craigwell, mid-range jumper, no good. Rolls off the back iron. Baylock now trying to take it fast. Going to just slow it down just a little bit. Going left side, gets it over to Fricker. Fricker with her speed, tries to put it up, and that one is good.
The thing that stands out to me is how many terrific ball handlers are on this Lions roster. It feels like anybody can create their own shot, and we see Fricker do it right there. It's been all day. Kowalski, McFadden, Fricker, the list goes on and on.
3 from Orlando, no good. Baylock gets the rebound. And again, going fast, no one around her. She's gonna push the pace, put it up, and wow, a coast to coast from Baylock. And that's a timeout taken by Coach Karen Harvey as the TCNJ Lions go on a 17-3 run to start this second quarter.
And you can make that over 5 minutes scoreless for Montclair State as well. Not only can they not get stops, and you obviously see Baylock doing a great job moving the ball up the floor and in transition. She's been tasked with that alongside Kowalski. That time, all by herself, drives to the rim, and they're getting those one-on-one matchups underneath. I think a lot of the good defensive possessions that we've seen today have been when Montclair State's done a good job of collapsing, but there's nothing you can do in the open floor like that. Baylock off to the races and beats everybody down there.
Like you said, 5 minutes, 36 seconds scoreless for the Montclair State Redhawks. And again, this TCNJ Lions team just playing great defense and then being able to take that ball and go coast to coast using Fricker's speed as well. Just taking over this game. Marcotte back in. She's going to start this second quarter off as well. Orlando back to Marcotte. Strollo was in the corner for an open 3. They're going to call that the other way.
Lions started this game in a lot of man-to-man. Now working off of the zone, and Montclair State trying to scramble and make adjustments. That time one too many passes and goes out of bounds.
Fricker driving in, kicks it back out. Back to Kowalski. That one's a long 2, no good. Air ball, trying to save that one, and it's no good. Oregon Hutton tried to save it.
For right now, Coach Harvey trying to find any way. It's substitution after substitution. Phillip comes in now for Orlando, trying to find any combination of players where they can find the right open looks. I thought the starters on the floor did a really good job to begin the game. And right now, it's that lineup, but you can switch out Hughes for Marcotte.
Trying to kick it out to Strollo. That one goes out of bounds a little bit too hard, and there's another turnover from the Redhawks. And again, TCNJ defensively just showing dominance.
And you see what I'm saying, where, again, it's down to that far corner where there's nobody to be able to find those cross-court passes are not going to get through a lot of the time. You have to get enough elevation on them to get them over the defenders, and with that often comes too much power, throws it out of bounds.
Fricker lets it fly, no good. Rebounded by McFadden, another offensive rebound for her.
Oh, what a pass.
Finds it out for Augustine, no good. Almost another offensive rebound. Craigwell's going to take it. Finds Bruce underneath, back over to Craigwell. She has it, puts it up for 2. That's the first basket in 6 minutes, 47 seconds for the Redhawks.
Nice play from Bruce to be able to set her feet as she's running the floor, received that ball really deep, but was able to land on her pivot and into that triple threat where she found Craigwell.
McFadden pump fake, good touch there. And that one's just going to be lost in a turnover for TCNJ. The Redhawks now got a good offensive two-pointer by Craigwell and got a good defensive stance.
They've been much better in a half-court possession today defensively than in transition. And, well, it's nice to see them scoring some baskets so they can get back and reset and focus on stacking good possessions. Obviously a double-digit deficit, but the easiest way to do that is stack one possession after the next.
Bruce driving, double-teamed inside. Craigwell now, and that's going to be called for the travel. And that one's going to hurt for the Redhawks, and now TCNJ gets that ball back. Lost it a little bit. Craigwell's going to take it. Another mistake there by TCNJ. The Redhawks look, slow it down a little bit, kicks it out. Strollo finds it inside Bruce. Baseline, finds a cutting Phillip, puts it up. No good, rebounded by Kowalski. And there's a 3 wide open in the wing, and that one is good. Maddie Bernhardt. The TCNJ Lions are going to make them pay if you leave them wide open.
Man, Bernhardt has started defensively underneath with Phillip, And then on the other end, finds herself open both sides of the floor.
Open three for Bruce, no good. Rebounded by Strollo, puts it up, and that's a good offensive rebound and puts it up for the putback.
Redhawks not at all winning that rebounding battle right now, but they've got to take opportunities like that and capitalize. Strollo, good job. And to work through some traffic afterwards, took a quick dribble to free herself.
TCNJ up 24-13, 11-point lead right now, 5 minutes and some change in the second quarter. Good spacing by TCNJ, kicks it over in the corner for Kowalski for three, and that one rattles in, and it's good.
And it's the courage to take shots like that and trust what you've done in practice. You do all those closeout drills, and comes in handy situations like that.
Bruce drives in, baseline, tries to find Strollo underneath, kicks it out. Craigwell for three. That one's no good. Rebounded there by McFadden. And here's TCNJ in transition, makes Montclair State pay most of the time for three. That one is in and out. That one was so close. Now Craigwell looks to push the pace. He's going to slow it down with Marcotte. Bruce driving baseline once again, puts it up. Great defense by McFadden.
So impressed with how TCNJ has limited their fouls, especially with all the shots that we've seen near the basket from Montclair.
Horgan Hooten finds it underneath, trying to kick it back out. They do for three. McFadden is there, and that one is good. TCNJ is starting to heat up from that three-point line, and they have taken a 17-point lead.
Wow. And really just outpacing Montclair State. It was a good job in the first place by Bernhardt to slip the screen and cut toward the basket. They found her. Defense collapses for an open three.
And that one's going to be a jump ball, and possession stays with Montclair State because of the possession arrow. Substitutions from Montclair State. Strollo comes back on.
This is as uncharacteristic as it comes, especially in conference play. We have not seen this all year from Montclair State.
Strollo back out, trying to find a move. Number 23, Maddie Bernhardt, was there with the defense. Going to be called by the foul. And you did say, CJ, that they are limiting their fouls very well, and I will say that's the first foul. I think that's the first personal foul. It's the first personal foul of the quarter. They had two in the first quarter, but again, they are just limiting them, especially how Montclair State is driving the paint a lot, and they're driving the basket, and only 3 fouls in the game. I think that's very, very good.
Maybe driving to the paint too much to the point where it's a fault, but still, you think that you're going to get some of those calls and get to the free throw line, but TCNJ keeping their hands clean.
Baylock trying to push the pace, kicks it into the corner for three is Augustine, and that one is good. TCNJ still heats it up. They are 4 for 5 from the last three three-pointers of the game. Craigwell spin move, puts it up. That's just a great basket by her. TCNJ still has this lead. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock in this second quarter and in the first half. In the corner, wide open. Augustine again rattles it in, rebounded by Bernhardt, and that one goes out of bounds, and TCNJ is going to keep that one.
I'll tell you what, even on the misses, the Lions are finding open looks, and Augustine there had a chance to make it 2 in a row for herself. Rattles out, but this needs to be a wake-up call right now for Montclair State. Just entirely too many open looks, especially from beyond. And TCNJ right now shooting at a 35% clip. That will do when you compare it to the Redhawks, who are 0 for 10 from beyond.
Baylock goes up, puts it up, no good. Rebounded almost by TCNJ. They're going to say they keep the ball. It's a great job there by Maya Horgan Hooten.
Yeah. Horgan Hutton, a ton of experience under her belt, 86 games prior to today with the Lions, and her 8th career game against Montclair State, Thomas. This is somebody who knows this coaching staff, knows this system, and knows how to navigate her opponent.
Baylock trying to get in bounds. Over to Hutton. 15 seconds left in the shot clock. Augustine over to Aarons. Augustine now taking it left side. Blows past Sullivan, puts it up, and that's just a great move to get around Sullivan and make this a 20-point game. Craigwell collects it, puts it up off the dribble, and that one's good.
Good job by Craigwell. Looked like it could have been another turnover from Montclair State. Strollo really rushed things down the floor.
And in transition once again, there's Riley Aarons, brings it back to 20. About 2 minutes left in this first half. Strollo lets it fly for 3, no good, rolls out. Hughes gets the offensive rebound. Strollo puts it back, and that's just a great job for the offensive rebound and the putback.
Yeah, awesome work from Hughes. When those three-pointers aren't falling, you got to know as a team, crash the glass. Let's see if we can get a couple extra shots to make up for the fact that we aren't hitting our threes right now, and that's exactly what they do. Good job by Strollo after the miss to stay in the play and get to the hoop.
Going to call the foul there on Samantha Phillips.
And they can burn some fouls. I mean, we got 90 seconds left here in the half, and Montclair State using their first foul of the quarter. When they get into some of these disadvantageous opportunities, some of the looks where TCNJ has a step on them, they can burn a foul.
That one gets into Augustine. Again, using her speed to go past Sullivan, and that one is going to be a foul on Sullivan. And Augustine's going to go line for 2.
Yeah, well, in that case, the foul may need to come before that shot goes up and just a split second earlier, but credit to the way that TCNJ's played. And Augustine, I think Sullivan's not really used to having people go around her and get to the basket. She's a terrific defender, and for Augustine, even with a lack of experience at the collegiate level, really settling in and doing a good job there to earn herself some free shots at the line.
And the first one is going to be a miss. But I want to talk about how fast this TCNJ team is. I know Montclair State likes to play that full court press, but honestly, I really don't think you can really play it against this team. You have a player like Kowalski who can run up and down. Fricker is very fast as well. And as we just saw, number 10, Izzy Augustine, blow past Sullivan twice. So it's a very fast-paced team, and it's very hard to play that full court press.
It's a blend of speed and size as well. Not only is it being able to get down the floor in a hurry, but it's, making your impact felt. You're stopping shots underneath. You're winning the rebound battle. It's been from all facets.
Bucinich for 3, no good. Rebounded by Strollo, puts it up, no good. Another offensive rebound, and that time is 3 times lucky. Shannon Hughes gets it in. 17-point game, TCNJ leads. Good pump fake, kicks it back out. Fricker trying to go through. She does, and how? The handles by Fricker right there to keep that one and get it in. That one was amazing.
Just never feels pressured anywhere on the floor.
Hughes looked to take the 3. She fakes it. Gets it over to Dichter. Over to Bucinich, and that one is going to fall out of her hands and go out of bounds.
See Coach Karen Harvey putting 2 freshmen in with Bucinich and Dichter, trying to get some spark right before the half, but it's still trending in the same direction. TCNJ, I'd hold this all the way to the end if I was them.
20 seconds left in this second quarter. 15 seconds on the shot clock, only 1 second difference. Kowalski looking to take it up. That's just great defense by Dichter. Somehow TCNJ got it back, but they're going to say Augustine's foot was on the line, and now Montclair State gets it back with 9.5 seconds on the clock.
There's the benefits of limiting your fouls. You can take risky plays like that, and Dichter just clean swipes it for a moment.
Now with Craigwell, 5 seconds left. Expiring time, gets it out. Bucinich, 1 second left, puts it up, and that one is good. And that is a good way to end this first half. You get a 3, it's a 16-point game, but at least you go into that locker room knowing that you just made that three and made it a 16-point game, you go into the locker room with a little bit of a high hope.
100%. It's a big boost, and there haven't been a lot of positives in this game for Montclair State. Rarely do we see them on pace for less than 50 points, and rarely do we see them on pace to allow 80 points. It's just been from both ends, but a positive ending there with Bucinich, the freshman, knocking down that shot. A little bit of a wild play with Craigwell hitting the floor. All things considered, you got to take some of those positives. It obviously starts with the execution. Montclair State only won 3 in that first half, and it was the final shot that they took. It can't wait that long in the second half. We're going to need a lot of that from them.
And now we got Vincent on the sideline with Coach Zach. Vincent, take it away.
All right, guys, we're here with Coach Zach. Coach Zach, down by 16 at the half. Doesn't look as good as we wanted it to. What are the struggles so far you've seen on defense?
Struggling in transition defense right now. They're getting up to 4 fouls. We got a match. We're just taking possession by possession, one at a time.
What about offensively? We've seen, majority of the scoring is going to Craigwell. Is there any plans to go to different players? I think Strollo has 4 points right now. MJAC player of the week. Is there any options to go to her or anyone else?
We're definitely trying. We can't buy him up there right now. We're getting good looks. I think we're getting open shots, especially open threes. We just haven't hit one yet, but second half.
And last question before we send you back. 3-pointers have been big and haven't been able to nail, but got them some good looks. Is the plan to still try to rip them? Or?
Yeah, definitely. We trust our players. We got some really good shooters. So I think whenever you got it, let it fly.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach Zach, and we wish you the best in the second half.
Out there on the court, she's been defensively amazing. She has the best plus-minus on the court with the 17. And again, she's just been lights out defensively and offensively.
Yeah, every time she touches the basketball, something good happens, and whether that's on the offensive side, knocking down a 3 off the dribble like we saw her do, we saw a couple of big blocks, some huge rebounds that she put back up, one for an and one. It's just really been a well-rounded game for a well-rounded player, and the Lions as a whole showing so many different skills today.
Lions going to start with this ball. Kowalski driving in. Frichter with the mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded there by Hutton. And this is where Montclair State's been good defensively, is when they're set and they're able to go down a defensive game plan, and there it is. And there's the travel. Again, when Montclair State gets set in defense, they've been very, very good. But again, in transition, it's been very, very hard to stop TCNJ.
That it has, and still no fast break points for Montclair State either, so they haven't been able to run on the other end.
Bruce now in the wing, guarded by McFadden. Driving in left side. Finds Phillip in the corner. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Craigwell driving in. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by McFadden, her 10th rebound of the game.
I'm stunned. Hutton, dropping all the way off and giving any look. That's a jumper to Alyssa Craigwell. I think she was surprised to find herself with no contact that deep in and had to pull up, unable to get it off the back rim.
That time Kowalski trying to go up and in. It's going to be no good, but out of bounds. TCNJ is going to keep possession. Craigwell off early. Orlando into the game.
Yeah,
only after a minute.
Early substitution.
Kowalski driving in, puts it up, no good. That ball is going to be out of bounds. TCNJ is going to keep it. Finds Fricker underneath. That one's going to be a foul on Strollo. And there's Fricker to the line for 2.
When a team's knocking down their jump shots, you want to put a lot of emphasis on stopping things out at the perimeter, but Fricker simply swings around the formation and right to the basket where she catches it. No choice for Strollo but to foul.
Fricker goes to the line for her first free throws of the game. She's 40 for 52. She made the first and makes the second. It's the first points of this second half. Hughes swings around to Phillip. Back over to Strollo in the corner.
Five capable shooters on the floor for Montclair.
And that's just great defense, great zone defense again by TCNJ. And now they're just trying to push the pace. They do. No good. Rebounded by Fricker again. There's the three by Baylock, and that one's no good again. But another offensive rebound, and they're going to call the foul on Montclair State.
And right now, without some of the best rebounders on the floor for Montclair State, those looks are going to happen. Obviously, they've elected to put on shooters and try to get some looks and try to get back into this game with the three ball. It started with the turnover. Bruce has it knocked away. And on the other end, TCNJ maintaining possession.
Fricker using her speed, pushing baseline. That one's going to roll in. And Fricker, we saw her use that speed all game in that first half as well. Finds Bruce inside, kicks it back out. Phillip, back to Marcotte. Cannot find an open lane. Again, great defense by TCNJ. Finds Phillip in the corner, pump fake, drives it in, mid-range jumper, no good. And that one's rebounded by Hutton. Kowalski kicks it out, Baylock, top of the key, no good. Both teams struggling to find their foot in this second half. Orlando, deep three, puts it up, no good. Offensive rebound by Phillip. Montclair State gets this second chance. Hughes for three, that one's an air ball and goes out of bounds. And again, both sides playing great defense to start off this second half.
Good defense is right, and even with all the offensive rebounds and good overall good movement from Montclair State as well. TCNJ keeping their feet planted in front of everybody, and maybe a little bit of a settle shot. Shannon Hughes still 11 seconds on the shot clock as she went up with that.
No points for Montclair State in the first 3 minutes of this quarter. Fricker using her speed once again, kicks it back out to the corner. McFadden for three, and that one is good. McFadden with her third three of the game.
And what more can you say? Fricker, another good drive from her. It opens up more and more. I did not know that there was a lane to the corner, but it opened up, and McFadden, good job scooting down to that far corner to knock it down.
Craigwell double teamed inside that one. She's going to get the foul, and now she's going to get a line for two.
Surprised to see Craigwell go to the bench so early here in the third quarter, especially with no fouls yet today. It's a different circumstance than somebody like Alexis Strollo, who's got 3 personal fouls and picked up her third early in the half here. So we'll see how long she's on the bench for, but good to see Craigwell right back out there. Montclair State obviously desperately needing the scoring right now.
And there's a timeout taken by Coach Karen Harvey, but again, no points so far for the Redhawks in this third quarter. And again, I think it just comes down, TCNJ, just defensive game plan has been working flawlessly against this Montclair State offense, and Montclair has just not been able to find open lanes, tacking to the basket. When they do get the three, they do shoot them, but they're only shooting 1 for 15. And again, that 1-3 came with like 1 second in that second quarter and expiring time. They went back into the locker room for halftime. So again, you couldn't get any momentum, and again, TCNJ just playing flawless defense.
Hasn't been for a lack of effort, I'll tell you that. TCNJ shooting 2 for 8 here in the third quarter, but it's just been a culmination of everything.
First one is good from Craigwell. The second puts up, and that one is good. It's a 21-point game. Cassidy Brown playing point guard, guarded by Dichter, brings it over to Fricker. Brown finds a cutting McFadden, blocked by Hughes. Just another block by Hughes. And again, she's been dominant inside the paint when they're trying to find those cuts.
It's block number 3 for Shannon Hughes today. If you're taking any positives out of this, doing a really good job of using her size and using her length.
And there's McFadden, cuts under the basket. And Fricker to McFadden. That's been the answer to all day. Phillip trying to get isolated there. Craigwell gathers step, kicks it out. Bucinich, side step, puts it up for 3. No good. Rebounded by McFadden. Finds Fricker underneath, and Samantha Phillips going to get called for the foul. And Fricker's going to go to the line for 2.
Foul came as Montclair State was trying to run the floor the other way. Maybe a tick late, which made them a little bit frustrated, as Phillip picking up her 3rd foul as well. And without her and Strollo right now, it's just less and less shooting. That'll be on the floor for Montclair State. They'll have to depend on it elsewhere.
Fricker now with 12 points, pending 13 if she can make this second free throw. And then McFadden, 14 points, 11 rebounds, a double-double already. Fricker makes both and up to 13. Victor trying to push the pace, spin around, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Craigwell. Dicker gets it out, Bucinich for 3. That one's no good off the back iron, but an offensive rebound by Craigwell. Trying to find someone outside, and there's no one there. Another turnover for Montclair State.
Well, such a high arcing shot from Bucinich that it'll generate a lot of long rebounds, and Craigwell in good position, but again, just a little bit rushed on these possessions. That shot clock resets all the way to 20. You've got more time to back it out. Craigwell's been putting the ball on the floor more than we used to see her. And I'd like to see her maybe dribble that back out and slow down for a moment.
Another cut by Fricker. She finds it, and that's another foul on Montclair State. This time, it's going to be on the floor.
On the floor, but we're looking now. The next the next foul means 2 free throws for TCNJ.
There's 5 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. TCNJ up by 25. Fricker wide open 3. That one is good. If you're going to let her take it, she's going to do it, and that one is in.
And a 3rd quarter takeover.
This time, timeout taken again. I think it's a timeout by Coach Harvey. They're actually going to tee her up.
Yeah, I believe it was Karen Harvey who picked up a tee.
I thought Harvey was trying to call a timeout and they awarded it to her, but no, they teed her up. Fricker makes the first one. She makes the second. And she has been taking over this game, Katie Fricker. Between her and McFadden, 31 points. Has over half of TCNJ's points. And off that tee, they're going to get the ball back as well. Fricker again picks it back out over to Ahrens. That time's going to be a travel inside by Ahrens, and Montclair State is going to get this ball back.
You can't say enough good things about what the Lions have done today, and that duo, as you're talking about, Fricker and McFadden, I mean, my main takeaway is that Baylock only has 6 points right now, and they're still succeeding. Only had 5 last game, and they still pulled out a 20-plus point W.
Trying to find Bruce underneath, and number 23, Maddie Bernhardt's going to be called for the foul. Strollo finds it. trying to direct traffic. Craigwell takes it in the right wing. She puts it up, gets caught for the foul as well, and it's going to go line for 2.
Craigwell again, really successful day for her in getting to the spots that she wants. Obviously not a lot of positivity outside of that. Montclair State 11 of 41 from the field today, but for Craigwell, working out of that mid-range, we know she can now add that jump shot element to wherever she wants. Big thing is knocking down the free throws too, now 4 for 4.
Craigwell with her second. That one's off the front iron. TCNJ looks to try to extend their lead. 10 seconds left in the shot clock, trying to go inside to Hutton. Hutton backing down, trying to find it, kicks it back out. Aaron for 3, and that one is good. Another 3 by TCNJ. And that's their 3rd of the quarter.
Aaron's hadn't even attempted a 3 coming into today.
Hughes finds Bruce inside. She's trying to go up and in, kicks it back out. Strollo for 3. That one is good, and hopefully that is a turner for momentum for the Redhawks.
Well, they've got no choice but to put Strollo on the floor with 3 fouls right now, facing what was a 32-point deficit. Good to see her knock down a jump shot. Maybe she can get into rhythm. No, it's still a lot.
That one's going to be a travel on Kowalski. She looked to put up the 3, but nothing went.
Yeah, caught in between. It's a tough one. But it happens.
Montclair State down by 29. Trying to find somebody underneath. Craigwell looks to go in. She drives the paint, and that's going to be an offensive foul. And that's going to be, again, Katie Fricker. She's doing it on both sides, and she's been coming out in this 3rd quarter.
Tom, there is nothing like putting your body on the line, up 29 points. I mean, there is just something to be said about Fricker and the effort that she's put in to stand in front of Alyssa Craigwell in that scenario right there. She heads to the bench for a much-deserved break.
Baylock now taking it. Finds Hutton inside, kicks it back out. That one's for 3, no good from Bernhardt. Bruce trying to push the pace just a little bit. Bruce kicks it over to Strollo for 3. Off the front iron, rebounded there by Bernhardt. Bernhardt now going fast. Baylock for 3 in the wing. That one is good. And again, in transition, TCNJ is going to make the Redhawks pay. And they have just been lights out from 3 ever since that 2nd quarter.
And they end up with the numbers right there because I think Alexis Strollo tripped over Karen Harvey, if I'm not mistaken, after the shot. We saw her stumble. And certainly in that area, it's hard to tell, but is that not an embodiment of the way that this game has gone?
And TCNJ 4 for 7 in this quarter. And again, you go back to the 2nd quarter, they're 5 for 9 from 3. But then you go back to the 1st, they did not shoot the ball very well. And as you see, men's basketball versus TCNJ. And coming off that men's basketball, they had an insane win on Saturday. Expiring time, Cabe Goss puts it up, gives them the 2-point victory. And guess what? Sports Center top 10.
That's right. They
have been fun to watch this season, and they're still undefeated.
Yeah, that'll be an exciting one. Make sure to stay tuned here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. 2 really good NJAC teams will battle it out. Montclair State looking to stay undefeated. Came down to the wire just a few days ago. They've had a couple of close wins. I don't know if any as magical as that one to continue the streak.
Ranked top 10 in the country as well. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Takes it back out. Bucinich for three in the corner. No good. Rebounded there by TCNJ. Hutton has the ball, top of the key, trying to find some movement. Kowalski wide open three, takes it, no good. Offensive rebound there by Bernhardt. Baylock driving in, left side, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Dichter. Dichter looking to go coast to coast, puts it up, no good. Again, TCNJ with the rebound. Baylock's gonna lose it just a little bit, and it's gonna go the other way. Samantha Phillips checking back in. Strollo's gonna come off the court. 42 seconds left in this third quarter. That's Kowalski again. Great defense. One-on-one with the basket. Dichter was there, but it's going to go up and in. 34-point lead for TCNJ. Shot clock unplugged now. Six seconds left. Bruce finds it underneath, tries to make a move, puts it up, that one's good. And that's how it's gonna end the third quarter. Montclair State down. And TCNJ, again, just an electric quarter where they go out there, they score 24 points, they shot 50% from three, and now they lead 34 going into this fourth quarter.
Man, oh man, this one, as you see the shot from Bruce, it's a nice way to cap off the quarter, but hard to take solace in anything with the way that this game's gone. 24-8, TCNJ winning that third quarter by just wire to wire. There's nothing more that can be said. A slight trail in the beginning, but once they found that rhythm, got on a run from there, that point on. You know, Thomas, so much of this game, as much as we want to talk about the ins and outs, the X's and O's, and the strategy, so much of it comes down to execution. And TCNJ today shooting 40% from beyond, shooting 44% from the field, and it's a big, big difference when you're knocking those down 10 threes as opposed to 2 threes. In the modern age of basketball, so much is it comes back to the shooting and being able to knock your shots down. Not only has TCNJ found open looks, which much credit to them for doing that, because a lot more of these Montclair State threes have been contested, but not only that, they've knocked them down. And 10 for 25 as opposed to 2 for 20 is a big discrepancy.
Yeah, and they come in shooting 40%, like you said, 10 for 25. You really can't do anything about it in transition. I keep saying it. TCNJ has been making Montclair State pay, and Montclair just has not been able to get set defensively at all. And again, 32-point lead right now, TCNJ going into this fourth quarter. And this is exactly what you want if you're TCNJ. You get a, pending any crazy comebacks, a win against this Montclair State team, and you're still with a good record, 6-2 in the conference, even though you started the beginning non-conference schedule, non-conference games kind of slow. Now you're starting to pick it up down the stretch of the NJAC, and again, this TCNJ team looks good, looks very good right now.
They are in a great place going forward, and this is really the right time for them to hit their mark. Obviously, over the winter break, you play some out-of-conference competition, but if things go the way that they've been going, you could chalk this up to be 4 in a row for TCNJ in conference play.
That one's out of bounds. Montclair State is going to keep it. But for Montclair State, you go this Saturday on the road to Union, not that far, to play Kane. And Kane right now sits second to last in the NJAC. They're 1-6 in the conference, so could be a good bounce back game for Montclair State if they can go in and try to get things set right.
100%, and obviously today hasn't been their day so far. I don't want to kind of speak to the end of the game because we've still got 10 minutes to play, but obviously with a 30-point deficit, it's fair enough to say today has not been their day. And you're going to have to move forward, pick yourself up. There's a lot of games from here from this point out. Have a good fourth quarter. Bruce knocking down a 3 right there. and see if they can play some good basketball these final 10 minutes.
There's Bruce setting, hopefully, the tone for this fourth quarter. And the good thing about Montclair State, they score most of their points in the fourth quarter, their highest scoring quarter between the four. And there's a good stop there by the Red Hawks, and now they're looking to push the pace. Finds it inside, Craigwell. Bruce is cutting, puts it underneath, and that one's good. There's 5 quick, easy points for Bella Bruce to start off this fourth quarter.
Yeah, I want to see Bruce get a little creative with the way that she's been playing, diversify. We know that she is a 3-level scorer, can shoot the basketball, dribble it, get to the rim as well.
And here's Craigwell on the other side with the steal, and there's 7 easy points for the Red Hawks to start off this fourth quarter. And that is a forced timeout taken by TCNJ and head coach Chessie Jackson.
No choice but for Chessie Jackson to call that timeout after the first 90 seconds here of the fourth quarter. Montclair State, I love the attitude to come out and once again, just keep your foot on the gas. There's still a quarter left to be played in this game no matter what's happened, and it's obviously tough sometimes to refocus. As you see, Craigwell able to get to the cutting Bruce, one dribble and work through the lane. Good job for her, good patience, find herself underneath, and when she's in control of the basketball and out of that mindset where she needs to rush to get rid of it or take a shot, she is very, very dangerous. And then on the other side, you see the steal by Craigwell immediately after, and well, that's what she does best when she's in transition. Montclair State not getting into transition a ton today, but that is a great sight to see. And hey, it's a 25-point game. Like I said, I will never call a game over before it's over, only the way that it's trending to be. So who knows, maybe we do have the ultimate comeback up our sleeves, but TCNJ, good timeout from them, and at worst, they slow down the Red Hawks, make them take a breath, and get out of that rhythm.
Red Hawks start red hot, 7-0 run to start this fourth quarter. 9-0 run since the third quarter.
Probably going to need a couple more turnovers in the process if they want to do this.
Fricker trying to push the pace. Dichter was right there, almost with a turnover. And there's Dichter again. And that one's going to go TCNJ's way, but the shot clock does not reset. Only 8 seconds left.
Yeah, good defense from Dichter. And this is a skill set of hers. We know that she is terrific with the ball in her hands. Does not turn over the basketball a ton, but also really good on-ball defender. And all over the place right there, tipping passes and unable to come up with a steal in the possession, but still good job to be able to force that, and we have a timeout on the floor.
There's another timeout by Coach Harvey, and again, only 25-point victory or lead right now from TCNJ, and you said you're not going to call a game until that last final whistle blows, and I should take some pointers from you, to be honest.
Well, hey, I don't want to. It's just something that you never want to do, and I don't want to say that this game is over, but rarely do we see 30-point comebacks in the fourth quarter. So the facts are the facts that this is an unlikely deficit for Montclair State to overcome.
I mean, we saw 6 points scored in 6 seconds.
We certainly did. Did you say that game was over?
You could have said that game was over.
You certainly could have. We
definitely
have seen some crazy
have,
things, especially in this building.
Vucinic trying to get up and play the press defense. That one's going to be called a foul. Augustine in the corner for 3, no good. Rebounded by Craigwell. Good stop from Montclair State. Dichter bringing this ball up once again. Bruce for 3, off the front iron. That one looks good. And that one's going to be called an offensive foul there on Craigwell, and it's going to go the other way.
Well, without Strollo on the floor right now, we said she's in foul trouble, and don't know what her availability will look like for the rest of this one, but Bella Bruce getting a chance to be that ball-dominant guard. Take the shots that she wants to, on the dribble, off the dribble. Catch and shoot, whatever she wants to do. Create plays with the ball in her hand. Curious to see how it goes.
Fricker guarded by Vucinic. Back over to Kowalski. Fricker finds it in the corner. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Kowalski driving in, trying to put it up. That one's going to be out of bounds. And on Kowalski, Montclair State wins that one back.
Forcing a lot of turnovers and forcing a lot of chaos right now, Montclair State. It's what they have to do defensively. See if they can try to get some things in transition. Obviously, they'll take a situation like that where it hits off Kowalski before it goes out of bounds.
Victor, top of the key, finds it over to Bruce. Bruce trying to drive in, puts it up. That one rolls in and it's good.
Another good showcase of what she can do inside. TCNJ's had success trapping her today, that time leaving her one-on-one.
Hutton trying to find a lane, no one's there. Cutting McFadden, that
what
was
a
just
pass.
so good. What a pass from Hutton, and McFadden with the finish.
I think Bruce thought she had every inch of the passing lane covered. Morgan Hutton just goes over the top.
Good response there by TCNJ. Craigwell tries to put one up, and there's Phillips with the offensive rebound in the wing, puts it up for three, and that one is good. The deficit is shortened a little bit more, 22.
And that's a good sign for Phillip as well. 0 for on the day until that make right there. Good job on the offensive rebound to come all the way across the baseline to make the play. Get it back out where Bruce could find her on the catch and shoot.
Going to call that foul on Phillip. And here's the three, the offensive rebound. Bruce puts it back and just in the wing. Nothing but net. Got to get it in. Bernard now, top of the key. Kowalski makes a move now, trying to drive in. Fricker in the corner for three. That one's off the mark, rebounded by Craigwell. Great defense again by the Redhawks. Here's the hot hand, Phillip. She gets it in, but again, is a travel. It's an unfortunate call right there.
Karen Harvey incensed, kicks a chair as Phillip takes a seat on the bench. It's really frustrating. It's just hard to stop your feet in that scenario when you're looking for the catch and shoot. You take one extra pound, pound, pound before you're able to put a shot up. That's enough to draw the whistle.
Fricker using her speed, driving in, kicks it back out. Finds McFadden in the corner for three, wide open, no good. And they're gonna call Fricker on the foul there. Oh, actually, they're gonna call Isabel Orlando on the foul.
I don't even think the
We're doing no
Redhawks
foul.
realized a foul was called if there was one.
Maybe it was just out of bounds.
I have somewhat of a conference between two officials. Call stands. TCNJ basketball.
Kowalski in the Fricker. Fricker. Kowalski trying to find an open lane. No one's there. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Driving in, and Bruce is going to be called for the foul. Fricker's going to line for two. And they're going to tee. They're going to tee up Bella Bruce.
It's hard. There's a lot of frustration in this game. Score's not in your favor. And when the calls start going the other way too, it's when you do or say things that you didn't mean. Out loud, at least. I do want to say this, though. Montclair State, they'll shoot the technical free throw here with Fricker, but they are doubling every time a Lion puts the ball on the floor. And Fricker, noticing that, still continues to steamroll right to the basket. Goes through Bruce and Orlando, and then with Bruce chasing from behind, picks up that foul. You'll see.
And she's going to get 4 free throws, and then TCNJ also will get this ball back. She's perfect, 3 for 3 so far.
Perfect on the day, too.
Perfect on the day. Those free throws smooth. Steps up, makes all 4.
Can't help but smile.
That's just
on her way back to the huddle.
And she doesn't take any dribble, anything. She just catches that ball and just shoots it.
I love it.
It's just smooth.
James Naismith intended for it to be that way. Back when you were using peach baskets for this game. I don't know if there was free throws back then.
There's the three, no good. Rebounded by Orlando. And the emotion's getting there just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't love the physicality, especially this late. I do appreciate Orlando doing a good job throwing her body around underneath the basket, trying to get free throws, but the last thing you want to see in a 26-point game is somebody injured.
McFadden gets up, walks off on her own.
Are they going to, for a moment, I thought there was a foul called after the fact, but no, they do give it to Montclair State.
Give it inbounds to Phillip. Craigwell just triple teamed inside the paint, can't really do anything. And that is going to be travel on Dichter.
Saw the baseline cut from Phillip just a tick too late. But once you realized it was too late, tried to pivot and make another pass. But again, just in between steps. A lot of unforced turnovers for Montclair State.
Finds a cutting underneath, and that one's going to be a foul on TCNJ. It's going to be a foul on number 23, Maddie Bernhardt.
Bernhardt taking note of Orlando's physicality underneath.
Now you see Coach Karen Harvey clearing the benches just a little bit. Merrick McHugh makes her way in. Christina Turner as well.
4 underclassmen on the floor, and then Orlando, the senior.
Seconds left in the shot clock. Dichter loses just a little bit. Bucinich takes the three, puts it up. That one's good. Bucinich fell a little bit, looking at the refs, trying to get another call there. Fricker finds in the corner for three. It's Riley Ahrens. And there's a response by TCNJ. They're going to call Turner on the travel right there.
A lot of those today.
That's going to be a timeout taken by Chessie Jackson. 4 minutes left in this fourth quarter. And again, TCNJ starting to find their footing as well in this fourth quarter after starting a little bit slow. But again, this game has just been all the Lions' ball, and that's the reason why they're up by over 20 points right now. It's just been a flawless game by them.
Yeah, you earn yourself a 30-point lead in the fourth quarter, and from there, it's not the end of the world if you do coast to the finish line. TCNJ well earned their successes that they're having today. 11 threes that they're able to make until the fourth quarter, doing a really good job of holding Montclair on the defensive side of things. Of course, the Redhawks shooting 6 of 8 here in the fourth quarter, but still a lot to overcome.
Ahrens finds Fricker inside. She makes a move, makes the spin, she puts it up, and it's good. And Fricker gets fouled there by Kowalski. Fricker now up to 24 points in the game. She's also 10 for 10 from the free throw line as well. She's
unreal.
Amazing.
Amazing is right. And only in 25 minutes.
I think between her and McFadden, just both flawless games by them. Turner now in the corner, trying to find Orlando to cut. No one's there. Fricker's going to take it, and they're going to call Turner on the foul. They're going to send somebody to the line. Montclair State in the bonus. Makes the first.
Aaron's getting some good run here late. At times has really looked promising, like a good addition for TCNJ. Like I said, transferring over from Kane. Had 9 and 5 against Rutgers Newark.
Victor trying to find a cutting Bucinich. She's not there. A little bit of miscommunication by the two. TCNJ gets the turnover. Bernhardt faked the three. That one, it's going to be another foul called on Isabel Orlando, and Bernhardt's going to go to the line for two. And here he goes. Here goes Fricker off the court. I was going to say something how I'm surprised that she was still on the court.
Yeah. But
they finally
takes the curtain call.
There's the curtain call. 24 points on the day. Just an all-around great effort.
Incredible.
By TCNJ, from Fricker to McFadden to Ahrens to Baylock.
Yeah, someone who's played a bunch against Montclair State. And Baylock, as we mentioned, not one of those days where she's lighting up the stat sheet, but to take a little bit of a reserve role next to somebody who's having a great day like Fricker and just let her go make plays. The matchups were in her favor all day. Felt as though she was faster, quicker, more decisive than anybody on the floor from Montclair State.
Montclair now in the bonus as well. Orlando will go to the line for two. First one's no good. Second one is in. 1 for 2 from the free throw line for her. They're going to call the foul on Orlando.
Orlando, I'll tell you what, speed running towards a foul out. That's already number 4. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're all picked up here in the fourth quarter.
Ahrens goes to the line for 2 more. There's the second for Ahrens. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. She's perfect for on the day. 4 for 4. Turner for 3, puts it up. That one's off the back iron, rebounded by Orlando. McHugh gets it, tries to swing it over, no good. And out of bounds, Montclair State keeps possession. We're going to talk about Montclair State's schedule just a little bit. Kane, again, like we said, to Union. But then they have to travel down all the way to Glassboro to play Rowan University next Wednesday. And then they're back home just for 1 game against Rutgers Newark, and that's a support her game. Something they just introduced and they posted about, and it's going to be here at Montclair State against Rutgers Newark. And then they go and play the rematch against William Patterson, the best team in the NJAC. They had to go to Wayne, not that far, to battle at Route 46. It's a kind of tough schedule, I would say, the next 4 games, especially with only 1 home game.
Definitely. They still have to play all of their previous opponents and a lot of the top teams in the NJAC that come with that. They're all kind of in a quick little stretch here with TCNJ, Rowan, William Patterson shortly thereafter.
And then the last game of the season, kind of jumping down. That one's no good. Jumping down against the College of New Jersey. They go down to Ewing, New Jersey and play this team once again. I want to make a fact. Last season, they were 2-1 against TCNJ, and both the games they won, it was in Ewing, New Jersey. It was not in Montclair State. It was not here in Panzer Athletic Center. So make it out how it is.
Yeah, maybe Packer Hall is just a place where the Red Hawks are really comfortable. This, to me, today had a little bit more of a charge behind it from the Lions' perspective, having lost last season in the NJAC championship to Montclair State. Maybe just a game circled on their calendar. Red Hawks picked to be one of the top teams here in the NJAC. TCNJ was picked as the favorite in the preseason coaches poll.
Especially right now, they look like they would be the favorite. That one's put in by Malvina Sullivan. But if they keep this pace, they keep the intensity going throughout the rest of the season, they can prove that they are still that #1 team coming into preseason. They're still that #1 team in the NJAC right now. And again, they just look so good out there. That one's up and in from number 20, Olivia McGee.
And even the 20-point victory before this against Rutgers Newark, like that is a nice win, and you're happy to have that, but there aren't necessarily words to describe what a victory like this does when you're not the favorite and you come in and you dominate like this. It shows you can hang with anybody in the entire conference, but it goes a long way toward what a team's mental state looks like, I guess, late in the season. The tests only get taller as time goes on, and it's a win like this that you can really boost off of as you head into the final stretch.
Yeah, they head into that final stretch. They go back home. They play NJCU on their senior day on Saturday. And then right after that, on Wednesday, they head back up here to North Jersey to play William Patterson again.
And that's the one.
That's the
because
game
now
they have circled.
It's become a 3-team race here in the NJAC. We know William Patterson will still have to lose another conference game, whether that be to Montclair State, to somebody else, but they will need to lose 2 games for either one of these teams to have a shot at that 1 seed. I think either way, TCNJ putting themselves in a good place for a first-round bye and a couple of home games as well in the NJAC tournament.
.25 seconds left in this game. Vucinic takes the 3, no good, rebounded by TCNJ. And they can look to try to dribble this one out. And looks like Montclair State's gonna let them. And that is gonna be it from Panzer Athletic Center. The TCNJ Lions with a dominant victory. 33 points against the second place team, Montclair State. And TCNJ just looked absolutely amazing from Katie Fricker with 24. You also have McFadden with 16 and 11, a double-double on the day. And again, this just looked like an amazing victory from the Lions. And now they head into the rest of the season looking red hot right now.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, we can't say it enough, but this is really the benchmark for them, and this is a turning point in their season today. They come in, they continue that win streak, and they dominate here on the Montclair State Redhawks floor. There's nothing more that you can say. Obviously, fourth quarter, you kind of cruise your way into a victory, but those first 3 quarters may very well have been their best of the entire season.
It was, and that's the reason why they won by 30 here today. But coming right up, the TCNJ Lions still here, the men's team playing this Montclair State University men's team, who are still undefeated on the season. TCNJ comes in 3rd place. Montclair State, again, undefeated, 1st place in the NJAC.